Hey, welcome back to Clark's Place. We're going to start wet sanding, cut and buff they call it, on the car. We tried a little spot where you can see all through here. It looks like alligator skin. That's just the orange peel in one little pass. And we did it even more here, and I don't know if you can get it in the film, but then we tried buffing.
Yeah, I can see the light gets really clear and then disappears.
That's how it's going to probably turn out. We just wanted to make sure it was going to polish up. And then we've hit this. This shows up real nice. You can still see right near the edge where we'll have to take that by hand and back and forth. I know there's a bunch of videos out there how to cut and buff, which we're going to show kind of how we do it.
We're watching all of them.
Right. And we'll tape this whole...
Well, this isn't your first one though. You've done several cars, but...
We'll tape the lines and edges so we don't sand through and expose the green underneath. If you do that, really you got to re-clear it, probably repaint that panel.
Oh, that's sanding dust coming
there's
off.
a lot of sand.
I thought it was a burn through to white.
A lot of sanding dust.
Gonna be pretty, look at that shine. Doop, doop.
So we will have the car down lower and we'll be wet sanding probably in just a wink of an eye here.
Yeah, I just thought that maybe we should start before and actually show how bad that that you can see at the sail there.
Yeah.
Oh, the orange peel. As you're sanding, it's just really getting dull, but it takes a bunch, and this is my least favorite part, so you'll probably see
this. You got to be careful. You don't want to sand through, so we're just going to hit the field with this here.
Oh yeah,
we've got some new pads, but a good cushion pad.
We're using a 3M Hook It 05777 intermediate pad, interface pad. I think it's a ½ inch or so by 6 inch.
But you want something that's going to give, so when you're on the car, and I'm not sure if we're going to use 800 or 1000, probably 1000, but we do have quite a bit of 800 we can use, and we can set another one up with a new pad.
800 sounds so gritty.
Yeah, it does.
1000 sounds better.
So,
all right, well, we'll cut to the next scene where we're actually doing a little more, or I'm filming you doing some more, so
okay,
that's where she's at now.
Be back in a minute.
Back in a minute. Bye-bye.
Yep.
All right, just wanted to show that's great. So
Can you see it?
I can see a little bit.
Had some runs here, and you can still see kind of the outline of the runs. Yeah, it's an area this big.
And just sanded that down with 400. Can you got a good view of it?
Yeah. A better view of it. I don't know if that's going to show up, but the orange peel that's on here, that's what we're doing. Try and get the orange peel off, which we'll talk over the time-lapse part and explain what we've done.
Just wanted to get a live on. Oh, where it's wet, you can see it's way better reflection than it has been.
Oh yeah, this had all kinds of roughness you could feel with your hand. That's all gone, but we still have to take the wool with compound number 1 and then number 2 foam and then number 3 foam to, I mean, make it a piece of glass.
Yep.
So this is the first part. This is, I think, 800 grit. I know a lot of times you see them on TV, they're using 800 and they're doing it dry and it turns it all powder. I'm just not happy wanting to try dry. I've done that, but it's like the paper fills up and gets all pilly, and it's like you do a little section, you throw it away. It's like this, you can do a long section because you're doing it, you're wet sanding.
Yep.
It lasts longer to me, but you're not
pigtails. No pigtails.
And you're not getting aggressive, and then those little pills make swirl marks. So this just makes it to where it's a googly moisture that we wipe out. So
where do you go to get an explanation of googly? What's that mean?
Goobly.
Goobly?
It's goop.
That's not explained in any funkin' wagnall, is it?
It's not in the funkin' wagnall.
You knew I'd work that term in somewhere.
Yep.
I just learned what funkin' wagnall was yesterday. So there's kind of, yeah, you can see this reflection is not good.
You can see over here, look at this reflection. This one you can really see, maybe from this.
Oh yeah, I think this was in a video we recorded.
That's really nice. That's been buffed
a couple months ago.
This has been slightly sanded. Here you can really see the orange peel from, I just took it over one time scuff, which I'll take all that down. So, of course, tape the high edges so we don't get down to the green.
When it comes to the paint, you are a detailed person. Oh, now that that's dry.
Yeah, now you can see it. You can see the run still.
You can see the darker areas are the areas that have not been sanded that are still shiny.
This one on the front of this balance.
All right, well, I'll work on that next. I just
have that up.
I knew there were a couple big runs somewhere. I just had forgotten where they were.
Yeah, it's on that balance. So.
Okay.
All right.
I'll do that then. Back to time lapse. Show me another little detail about buffing that you know.
Well, when you know you don't have any shininess to it, the water just lays on it like when you know you don't have Rain-X on your windshield.
Yeah,
but
I can see the. I'm looking at the reflection of the light.
This is all wet.
Across.
But here, see, it's repelling the drops because nothing's been sanded on the fender on the side.
Oh, I see.
So it's all repelling.
So it looks like you've got wax on that, but that's, that's just the paint repelling it, huh?
Yeah. As soon as you take some of that surface out of that, it's, see that little section doesn't repel the water the same.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And that's all clear coat.
Yep, I see. No green on it.
No, we don't want to hit green.
No green today. Alright, so you can see all that gray right there. That's all the clear coming off.
Coming off the car.
Clear coat is coming off of there. Oh, let me show you the other place I'm going to work on a run back here. Let's see the run right there and right there. I think it was swinging when I was painting it, and the clear ended up running. So I will work on that and get that sanded down, and then he'll go back over it with his 800. I was using 400 to get that done. Yeah, the top doesn't look too bad as far as reflection, but definitely needs to be done as well. Looking good.
Remember, the clear was coming out really heavy because of the temperature.
We had the wrong reducer.
We had the, well, not that it was necessarily wrong. We were just getting outside its limit, I think.
Yes.
And you had to put more clear to get a nice cover shine to it. So it's probably got 5-6 equivalent coats of clear on the top.
Yeah. Hence.
Maybe the whole car.
Hence the clear on the ground there.
Right.
Hence.
doesn't have to sand much. Now it's doing fine across there.
I hear that. I don't hear that it changes.
Still a little roughness right there. Slick now.
He's slick.
Yeah. I think I already did this. This was all dull before, so I'll just do the door.
You may tape off the handle so you don't sand it.
No, I didn't stay very far or close to it. This all pretty good around it, but just to make sure I sanded the other one. Probably could just buff it, but it's not going to. I think I did that already too.
Of course, all this scares me to death, but I don't like doing any of this.
I know it.
My runs came out. I don't know if you'll be able to make it out there, but pretty much all that sanded out. So he hasn't cut this yet. So he'll cut all the rest down to match the dull spots there that were actual thick clear coat that I sanded down flush with the rest of the paint.
Yeah. Yep, got the bottom of the doors to do and the trunk deck. Gotta finish. I guess I can finish this.
Starting to look pretty slick. And I'm curious how my spots will turn out here.
Yeah. As I go over that.
Oh, as you hit that high spot, you're...
Yeah, I'm lifting up.
Are you?
Lift and go almost where it'll come off all together.
It'll burn through in a hurry.
Yeah. you can still feel it.
Oh yeah, that's still really bad.
What about your spot?
I see something here is drying quicker than
Yeah,
others,
I see it.
but I think it's pretty
good.
pretty well flat.
I think this one's almost down. I see it going away. Ooh, almost.
I can still see a little bit of graininess right there, and I can feel it
I know,
right
I
in
can
there.
too.
So right where you must have been lifting good for that not to get sanded, but it needs to get sanded.
Yeah, but just ever so slightly. That one's good. That's good.
Need more water.
Almost. Ran away?
I think my rams ran away. It's still a little grainy. I can see this right here is still grainy.
Can you feel it?
It's pretty close, but and this edge, I think I can see where you stayed away from the edge there.
Yeah.
But don't get crazy.
No, I'm not. I'm not pushing. I think I might call that and buff the rest of it.
Yeah, I can still see a little bitty piece that's, see that that's not sanded?
From yours?
Yeah, from the round.
That's going.
Yeah, I can see, I think just a little bit of the line that it's heavier clear. Oh, and a little bit there, but boy, you have to tune your eyes just right to see it. You know how to tune your eyes?
Yeah, tune them.
Tune your eyes.
Is that like trying to tune a fish?
Yes. Careful that edge there. So what are you doing now?
1200.
So the last round was all around the car with 800, and then you're going all around the car again
12.
with 1200.
And then I'm gonna do 3,000 probably.
And then you'll be ready to shift gears and go right into buffing. All right, cool. Well, I'm not gonna film all this round again.
No.
But that's our next step, huh?
Yeah, I mean, this feels like glass.
Oh yeah, that feels great now.
Yeah, top's done. It feels real nice too.
Yep, I can see where it is wet and see the reflection.
Yeah.
It doesn't look stipply.
Yeah, I took a lot of the orange peely stipply look as this is drying. You can see a little bit of it, but when it's wet, I mean, it's just shiny. It feels good.
Yep.
Yeah, it's 1200.
Oh, 1200 this round. All right, cool. More sanding.
What I'm gonna do?
Yeah, okay. The paper that you got, what'd you end up deciding?
Yeah, I'm gonna
That's your 12s you were doing.
I'm gonna do 1200 over the whole car. Then I'll take the 2000, do 2000 over the whole car, and then we're gonna peel the tape off on these high spots, and we've got a couple 3000 pads, and I'll just kind of go over those and make sure they've been hit once.
Yep.
And that'll be it. Then we'll be ready to start, get the wool out, the 3M 123 and the foam buffers, and start buffing.
Yep.
Get it down to a piece of glass.
Yep. Very
That's the plan.
cool. All right. I'm doing the once over around the car.
All right.
Where it's wet, it looks really shiny, like it's...
I know it.
It's close. All right, so is all the sanding done? What's this next step in your...
It's all been cut down with 800, 1200, 2000. It really, there might be a few other places that need a little bit of 2000, but started to do a little bit of buffing. I need to go back over some places, but I kind of learned how the best process is, and that's, you can put cream either on the car or on your pad, and to keep it from slinging all over you, I just kind of wipe it around. And to me, the secret is to start out slow, because this'll,
Oh, it'll crank up, yeah.
it'll go way up. But you want the cream to cut it and to buff it, because it's a buffing compound. So it is abrasive, and it will take the dullness out of it. And once it's about to go away, because you've buffed it off, then you can speed it up a little bit and really polish it. You can see it's getting shinier and shinier.
So rinse, repeat that. Like every section over the whole car.
Now you see when I wipe that residue off, I mean, there's a little bit there, but
Yeah, I can still see a few little scratches here.
but this is the number one. This is actually a rubbing compound. And then we've got these others. We got a number 2, which is machine polish. And then of course number 3, which is an ultra fine machine polish. And this, you use your foam.
So yeah, 6085, 68, 64.
And then this has kind of an egg crate type of foam for the polishing. But once it's down like this, the other 2 will just, you'll change pads and really make it shiny. But hopefully all the little imperfections and stuff will get out of it.
Yep.
It might take, I mean, you're not going to buff out where we stayed away from the edge. The clear needs to be sanded down to where it's just dull, and then it'll polish out.
It may show up on the camera. I can't really see.
I know it.
I can just see the edge is still a little frosty.
Yes.
As I look at it.
I don't know if you can see here, but you can see it's kind of got like an alligator look to it.
Yeah, more. This is sanded almost all the way through, right. And this you can see is really still variegated.
Yeah, so it will polish all that out. It just takes a little while to cut it with the rubbing compound. So it's just a long process that you got to be careful because you don't want to burn through.
Yep.
So,
all right, cool. So you're going to spend the next 22 hours on this polishing.
Yeah, polishing.
All right. Well, we'll come back when you get it polished and see how it looks. Good. Anything
Bye-bye.
else? Anything else for today? Okay. Bye. Bye-bye.
You always got to be wiping to the edge.
Oh, okay.
That's the problem. Looking pretty good.
We're going to play back this video and we're going to hear me say, it's scary.
Yeah.
56 times.
Better.
Yeah, it looks, as I look in the reflection of that light,
Here.
it all looks pretty good.
Better with the door handle off so you don't, it was rubbing and pulling off some of the silver and putting it into the paint almost.
With polishing the metal.
It. Yeah. And we don't want that.
No, we don't want metal polish into the paint. Yeah, looking good, Pop.
It's better. The top's still dull. But I'll get that.
Liking it a lot.
Yeah, still.
It gets a little more dull up in here.
Yeah, this is all got to be done still.
I see, yeah.
But this all takes time. Yeah, I still need to do a little more around there.
Very cool. All right, day 186 of buffing the
I think
car.
I'm getting a workout. Working all these areas, and it's still not done. There's still a few, I don't know if it'll pick up, little dullness area there. Down this spine here, there's a little bit of roughness. But you know, you get leery to get up too close, let alone like on the edges. And there's a little scuff. There's a little scuff right there, which a little bit of green on a Q-tip takes care of that. But
well, let's not point out all your mistakes.
that's really I think the only one right now. But it's already, everything's been done with the number 1, they call it, which is the actual buffing rubbing compound.
Yep.
It's a 3-part thing, 1, 2, and 3. Number 1, you use the wool.
Yep.
And you go kind of at a slow speed.
Yeah, that's what you were telling me. What's the kind of the secret thing that you figured out as far as not going super fast?
Yeah, you just take a number 1 and you know, you can squirt a bunch on there, and if you go too fast, it wants to throw it everywhere. So you just let it do its work, let it cut, let it get down. Don't ever set your pad down on something dirty.
Like that.
It'll pick.
Like that right there.
Yeah. But I'm done. I gotta wash that.
Yep. I know you've been washing the pads
What I
every
usually
day.
do is have a rag out, and you're gonna set it on its face, but usually I put it down, because anything you pick up, even a little grain of sand, you start bumping.
Oh, you ruin a paint job quick.
You're gonna be into the clear. But
yeah, it looks, I like the sail. Looks like you're getting pretty good. Oh, quite a bit of dust on the top. I can tell.
yeah, that's just because it's all settled. As you're buffing, you kick up a bunch. So that'll all have to be wiped. Make sure we got everything. But Doug came over today and he took the number 2 pad and the number 2 buffer, because we were both working. I hadn't finished this, and then he went back over everything that I had just done with the number 2, which even takes it even a little better. And there's still, I think the top of the other door needs a little bit more. And you can see the center of the hood is still pretty dull. I hit it one time, but that has the big decal that goes over it. Gotcha. It's a blackout type of hood.
Yep.
So it's just got to be good and flat. And I don't know, it's really looking good. I've got to take it off the lift, roll it out here, because where the lift bars are, I can't get underneath and get the rocker and get all of that. So I'll have to roll it out, probably put a blanket out and lay on the ground and get that.
Yeah. Yeah,
but
it looks...
for the most part, pretty nice underneath.
I'm looking at your back. I wanted to look down the side of it and see.
Oh.
I can't really see in the screen that it shows the reflection, but
yeah,
as I'm looking at it, it looks pretty darn straight. Pretty reflecty.
Yeah.
Oh, top of the fender, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, this has had number 3 to the top of the fender.
Oh, yeah, I see the door is still frosted.
Yeah, right in there, it's really bad too.
But yeah, looking muchas betas.
Had to take off. I had the door handle in. When you're using the cream coming through here, it started picking up.
Yeah, I think the last time I was out,
okay,
you showed that, and it was
smearing the
dirty.
grit.
It was dirty, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, well,
it was polishing those brand new parts.
Yeah, and it was throwing all the polished stuff off to the side.
Yep.
But yeah, once we get this done and polished up, you can look over there on that other table. I've got the parts ready.
Oh.
I've got the rear valance, and
these when did you prime?
These are the 2 pieces here.
When did you prime those? Because
just the other. I didn't prime this. This still has to be wiped down. I just primed these. We
gotcha.
Had a rattle can primer.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it's not perfect, but I'll scuff them up and then put the sealer on them. And then all that has to get green.
Yep. Repaint. Whoa. Bomb just went off.
Yeah, that's probably
camp landing.
But yeah, I think this is a good shot.
Got the white wheels on it.
Yeah, that's my NASCAR wheels.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's coming along. It takes a long time. Probably worked on it all week, probably 3 to 4 hours every day. Just taking your time. It's like you can't be in a hurry when you're buffing. And what I ended up doing is taking what you made. I had this.
You gonna give me some credit for something?
I need more room in here.
Or we both need to get thinner.
This, and I have a spray bottle of water. This was some 1200 and I had a 2000. And where there were areas that had like alligator looking, well, kind of like the way this is up in there.
Yep.
I would take, if it needed the 320, I would sit there and I think we had a run on the back that we used this, and then water, and then I would take just with my hand and the water and get it down to where it would buff. But you just got to be real careful. And I was going around hitting all the areas that weren't buffing, all these corners, because you'll end up burning if you try to force getting down in there. So you can take water and 2000 and get that down to where it's just kind of dull, and then a couple passes on it will shine it up.
We'll finally polish it.
But to try to get the orange peeliness out of it, it doesn't work.
Yep.
So these were real important. I probably spent 2 hours yesterday, all the little fine details, and I know I'm not done doing that yet. All this edge here is not perfect.
You'll have to take the chrome off and polish that edge and then put that back on.
Yeah, I'll have to, because it's got stuff all down in there. Of course, it was painted the same color as the car they're supposed to be. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna take, that's gonna have to come off. And I'm waiting as soon as I get the decal I know it comes down straight, but does it, you know, does it come up here?
I think they come down and then curve.
They might.
I don't know how.
And then I sanded, or I buffed back a little bit here because I know it comes out and then follows this. And then I'm gonna have to stand in there. I didn't want to polish much of that because I'm not sure how far the decal comes back.
Yep.
And plus it's hard to get to. I have to get up inside, and because you don't want to reach because the thing wants to grab and throw you around. I mean, my back was tired for a couple days this week fighting that buffer. Just trying to be careful. I mean, you do not want to ruin your paint job. So far, cross the fingers, we've not ruined anything, and we put enough clear on it. That's another key, is put 2 gallons of clear on it if you can.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do with that over there.
That's what we're gonna do on the next one too, when you do yours,
the Daytona.
On the Daytona. But you can see, I don't know if you can see this. Look at the when you're buffing, and it goes over the edge. See the white, and just trying to wipe it won't come off.
Yeah, that's some terrible stuff.
Put a little moisture with it and a little rubbing, it does come off, but I think the prep saw will probably cut that right off of there.
Oh, I think so.
But I'm not going to worry about it right now, but when we're all doing the final detail. And as you can see, you got to cover up stuff that's like the engine, because when you start buffing, it slings a bunch of stuff.
See you got a bunch of
well, this would be all over everything.
Oh yeah. Well, your motor's detailed already too, so
ideally all this be taped off with paper, even the inside, but of course there's no interior. I had to cover up the steering wheel because 2 times I had to take water, and then all these fins, it was all full of a bunch of little dots of white. We'll do an update when we're just about done, really just to show how we do it. It's just, you're just buffing.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, there's all kinds of tricks that, I mean,
I recorded 700 hours of me sanding, so
yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, we're learning. We get better and better each time with paint, how to do things. You learn each time. So we had the scoops that are down there. They were beautiful. They didn't need to be buffed at all. They was, because we really loaded those up, probably 10 coats of clear.
Yeah.
But they were in here, but as we're buffing, it's like I'm gonna end up scuffing those, so I took them out.
Yep.
So we'll get those back in there.
Any edge sticking up is gonna get burnt.
That's right.
All right, cool. So, well, we'll catch up with you a little later here.
I'll take her back up.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right, this is the end of the buffing video. It's been, I don't know, probably a month or so since the last recording. Yep. But pretty much you have gone around. I've got lots of pictures of us, or videos and time-lapse of us doing it.
Yep.
And then all of the edges, it looks like you've gone and polished all of the edges. That was kind of the last spot.
One little place up by the fender that I just haven't gotten to yet. But that's not much. But yeah, everything's been done. It's even getting a little dusty.
So did you do the 2000 and the 3000s yet?
Yes.
You did the 1, 2, and 3 complete. 1,
2, and 3, buffed it all, and no, I'm wrong. The only thing left is to go over the whole car with 3.
I thought that you were waiting until everything was pretty much done.
And go over the final.
And then polish, polish, polish.
Yep, polish it all.
So that's where it is today. I don't know when you end a polishing video, considering when you take it to your car show next, you're going to polish on it some more. So
right. I mean, it'll have to be
really
washed.
dirty, but I've got 52 gigs worth of film. So
you need to finish that video, post it, and get it off your computer.
Yes. So it's going bye-bye this afternoon. Yep. So car looks really good. Looks awesome.
Yep.
It is a scary, scary process. How did you get all of the edges, like, to get right up after you...
You have to polish up with it and not, because you'll rub that off.
Yeah.
If you're being too aggressive with the number 1 or the wool, you have to.
Yeah, I thought that edge where the tape was, you could still see a little bit of a line.
There's a place here that we had to do a little touch up, because when the trunk was up, the wool whipped around there and whip that, because there's not a lot of thickness of paint on these edges.
Yeah.
It tends to flow away from it. These aren't so bad. This you can kind of go over, but when you're doing the 2 and the 3 with the foam, they're not as aggressive as the wool.
Yeah.
I mean, it actually gets hot. So you just got to be careful with the number 1.
Yep.
And the 2 and the 3, not so much.
Good job buffing the whole thing, because
Yeah,
I didn't buff any because it's too scary for me.
You're too scared. Clark is scared. Okay.
All right. Anything else on buffing? Because that'll be done, and then we'll get to the headliner video here.
Yep. Okay.
That's it.
That's it. Bye-bye.